Good morning. My name is Kyle. I'm the Pentographer, and welcome back to my channel. So today, I wanted to talk to you about wax seals. Now, this is something that a lot of people do anymore. I don't think I've actually met I don't think I've met anyone prior to this little experience on Nostr, that actually used one. The first wax seal I got in the mail from anybody that I can remember was Leatherman. First one. So they're not common, which is unusual because they're easier now than ever to make. They're actually quite simple. You can get various forms of wax. You can get wax that's basically a little candle. It's got a wick in it, and it's got wax all the way down. And those ones you just light the wick, and you let that sort of melt the wax, and you drip the wax. You hold it sort of sideways, and you drip the wax onto the letter as you're sealing it, and then you use your stamp. Those ones I don't prefer. I've used them. I don't prefer them. There's others as well. There's other forms. So there's just wax beads in various shapes and sizes that you can get. I prefer those. I find them a little easier to use. They're quite little, quite small, and you just throw, depending on the size of the stamp you're using, you throw in between, I'd say, 3 and 6 of them. For some of the larger stamps I have, sometimes 6 seems to be the magic number, and for some of the smaller ones, it's like 4. Maybe 5 if you're starting with an empty spoon. So you just put them in a little spoon. You've got a little melting platform, I guess you call it. You throw a tea light under there. It holds the light underneath the metal spoon, and it melts the wax in the spoon, and then you dump it out and you stamp it then. That method is the one I prefer because you can get those wax beads very cheap on Amazon. And as much as I like wax seals, I don't really see the point in having massively expensive wax. You can get other wax beads like Artisair, which is a sort of a wax stamp company. They're based in Canada. They have their own version of those wax seals or wax stamps and the wax beads. They're much more expensive. They come in different colors, but you can get a lot of colors on Amazon as well. I don't see a point in spending a huge amount on them, especially if you can get quantity. If you can get quantity of them, then that's good enough for me, frankly. But I don't think people use them enough, really, is what it comes down to. So I've gone over the process briefly, and I've gone over the materials and where you get them, or where I get them. I'm sure you can get them other places as well. I've seen them in stores as well, by the way. But I don't think people use them enough. I think they're actually quite a nice way of sealing letters. Now, you wouldn't want to seal a government letter with this or anything. But, I mean, maybe it would make it more official looking. But I feel like there is an absolute lack of personal correspondence. For a short time there, I was doing the pen pal thing. I do plan on restarting that, but I use the wax seals for those letters. When we were still up north, I was sending letters to my family, and I'd either send drawings that my daughter did, or actual letters that we wrote, or whatever, to people. So I would use the wax seals then, and sort of how I was doing it would be, I would include a bunch of photos with the letter, and then I would seal the letter that is sealed with the wax stamp and the photos separately inside a larger envelope. That's kind of how I was doing it. I think it takes away a little bit of the sort of presentation, personally, but it does protect the wax seal a bit better, and I don't know, it seemed to work. Plus, you can get some nice stamps in Canada. I picked up some stamps for the Queen. My grandmother really liked the Queen, and so I had a bunch of Queen stamps. I still have them now because she's gone now, she's passed now, but I had them with her in mind, so perhaps I'll be using those for other people now. But yeah, so I mean, the stamps are kind of nice too, but really the wax seal is where it's at. The whole the letter and the wax seal, I feel, is a nice combination. And you can do a lot of different things in a letter or packages with wax stamps. So Leathermint seals his packages with wax seals, and they look really good. I'm really impressed, and especially considering he's using a thick cardstock and twine, like small baler twine. When you're sealing thicker stuff like that, it's actually quite difficult to get a good wax seal. Some people do them in layers. They'll do a layer of wax. They'll let that cool. They'll flatten it. Like I've seen some people use a larger, like a not huge, but like a 1 inch. Is it 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 1.25, something like that, inch flat wax stamp, to stamp that, to flatten it out, and then do another wax seal on top of that to get the nicer wax seal, where the whole design is shown. So I've seen that. Maybe that's something he could consider in future, but it is very difficult to get a good wax seal on like thick card and with all like with the twine and all that stuff, because some people do that as like little gifts and stuff. I've seen that as well. That's hard, man. Good on you for trying that. Like I haven't even tried that yet. So yeah, so there's that. Actually, that's not true. For my pen giveaway pens, I do that sort of, not to that extent, but it is sort of difficult to get those. So there's that. But I think personally that there needs to be more personal correspondence. I think people need to send letters to each other more. It's nice. It's really gratifying to get a letter. Like, I don't know, it's just a really pleasant experience to get a letter in the mail. And nobody sends them anymore. Nobody gets them. So my challenge to my YouTube channel and to my Noster friends is pick somebody, talk to them, friend, family, whoever, and send them a letter. Handwrite them a letter, or type it out, I suppose, if you want, but send them a letter and see what it does. Because I think it's really nice to send letters. It's really nice to receive letters. I've only received a few in my life, but I think it's really nice to send them to people because it makes them feel good, makes them happy, and it gives them something that's sort of semi-permanent in nature, as opposed to like an email. Email's not the same. There's just nothing about email that's any good compared to actually sending a real letter. So that's my challenge to you. Send someone that you care for a letter. Or someone you hate, I guess. You can do that if you want, but send somebody a letter. And at some point I'm going to do a wax seal video on how to do them. I'll probably cover multiple different methods of doing them. There might be other methods that I've forgotten, and if there are, then I'll have to get a hold of those and so I can demonstrate them as well. But I'm going to do a wax seal video soon. I'm hoping this weekend maybe, because it doesn't take long to set the whole thing up, and we'll go from there. And then send them a letter for now, and maybe in future when I get the wax seal video done, you'll have the materials to be able to do your own wax seal for it. Yeah. So that's all I've got today. Fairly short video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe. Gets the channel out there, helps me grow, and helps us grow our little pen community here on Noster. So I will see you in the next video, and as I always say, may your pen always be inked.